Hey guys, it's Jeff, and today I want to talk about AI and the problem that that's going to be for the Hollywood entertainment world. So AI is one of the hottest topics in the world right now. Of course, you can't go anywhere without hearing about AI, and it was a big sticking point in the WGA and SAG negotiations last year during the writers' strike and the actors' strike. They wanted to make sure that their jobs were safe from AI and artificial intelligence. They wanted to make sure that those things were not being used in TV and movie productions, and I totally understand why. At the same time, you know that the corporations are looking to cut corners, save costs, maximize profits, shareholder value, all the things that they talk about because they value that over people, unfortunately, many times. So it's a real sticking point in Hollywood, but I think it's important to understand what AI really is and what it's really doing, why it's going to be so harmful for these creative industries, whether it's movies, TV, music, writing, and the real dangers that I think this has for not only these industries, but like society as a whole. So the most recent example, the reason I'm making this video, is that there was a horror movie called Late Night with the Devil, which is getting a lot of buzz, small budget horror movie, but it used AI for 3 of their interstitial title sequences, which were little title cards in between kind of transitional moments of the film. Now, the filmmakers admitted they used it. They also said they had their art departments kind of review, edit, and tweak those images, but they did use AI. Personally, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world for those 3 small images, especially on an indie film. This wasn't a big studio production, so I cut them a little bit of a break. But it does open up the floodgates a bit, and it did spark this conversation and had me thinking more about this. So the first thing that I think is super important to understand is like what AI truly is right now in 2024 and what it's doing, because I don't think everyone quite realizes how it works. So if you look at the major AI tools, like you got your Chat GPT, Mid-Journey, now they have Sora, which is an AI video creation tool. All of these tools are machine learning, right? That's all they truly are. At this point, artificial intelligence is kind of the buzzword, but it's not truly artificial intelligence yet because it's not creating its own unique ideas. All those programs are doing are compiling a bunch of publicly available information. So if it's ChatGPT and you ask it to, write a movie review for Jaws, all it's doing is compiling a bunch of other movie reviews, a bunch of other writing styles, a bunch of things about Jaws. It's piling them all into one bucket. The machine learns, and then it puts out its own, unique Jaws review. But in reality, all it is just really advanced plagiarism. It doesn't have original ideas. It doesn't have original thoughts. It's purely just pulling from so many hundreds of thousands of millions of different pieces of information that it feels like it's creating something unique. And a lot of times it does create something unique. But in reality, yeah, it's just plagiarizing a bunch of other sources. It's learning from other sources and then spitting something back out from a compilation of those. So it's not copying one for one, Roger Ebert's review of Jaws, but it's taking his review and thousands of others and thousands of other writing styles and reviews that are publicly available. And that's what it's giving you. So there's no creative bone inside of machine learning and tools like ChatGPT. It's the same thing when it comes to the new video AI tools like Sora. The CTO behind Sora and OpenAI, which is the one they own ChatGPT, they own Sora. She was asked, where did the information come from? Because this is a concern. And she was asked even, does it come from YouTube videos? And she didn't know the answer, which is kind of scary because she doesn't know and she's the CTO. But I almost guarantee that response, that kind of response she gave, was because it is pulling from YouTube videos. And it's pulling from probably Hollywood films. And it's pulling from TV shows. And it's pulling from anything it can pull from. And so when Sora is going out there, and I've seen some clips, and it's like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Like, you can create a brand new video. But in reality, all it's doing is pulling from other creative styles and other widely available things. And, there's going to be a point in time where somebody in the next probably couple of years could 100% replicate me and use an AI tool to just literally create videos that look like I'm talking, I'm speaking, I'm moving. It's going to look maybe uncanny for a little bit, but it's going to get to that point. So you can go into an AI tool and say, make me a Picasso drawing of SpongeBob, and it will do that. But it only knows to do that because Picasso existed, created his own super unique style based on other influences in his life and his creative experiences, and made this Picasso style that the AI tool now uses. But if we're going to rely on AI tools and we're going to kill off these creative jobs, there's not going to be a next Picasso. There's not going to be a next Stephen King whose writing you could emulate. There's not going to be another Steven Spielberg whose filmmaking you could emulate, or a Denis Villeneuve or a Christopher Nolan. If we kill those creatives, then we have paused creatively. And the AI tools, they're not creative in their own right. They only use what they're given. So it's so important to still support artists and writers and filmmakers and musicians and everybody who has a unique creative style that has evolved over decades and hundreds and thousands of years of human experience, because otherwise we're stuck here. At whatever point the world decides, hey, AI is it. We don't need writers anymore. We're going to have AI books. We're going to have AI art. We're going to have AI music. Creativity is dead, and we're going to get the same stuff over and over and over again, which is why you already can tell when a piece of AI art is used. It's very clearly AI art. Like, you always, there's something about it. It's AI. It's its own kind of crappy style because it can't be creative. All it's going to do is plagiarize a couple hundred years worth of films and writing and spit out something that completely lacks any human expression or creativity and only pulls from the human experience in the past and doesn't allow us to move forward at all with our creative process, our creative experiments. It's sure pulling from influences, just like a filmmaker like Christopher Nolan will pull from other influences in his past. But it's not a human brain. It doesn't work the same way. It's simply input, output, and it doesn't have whatever the brain is that makes us human and makes us so creative. That's not there. So yeah, it could make a Hollywood feature film in 5 years, but I think that feature film is going to be shit. It can make a TV show. It could write a sketch for SNL. I think they're all going to be shit. They're not going to be funny. And I've even listened to some attempts at, I think George Carlin's estate just won a lawsuit the other day because somebody basically created a George Carlin comedy special using AI. I listened to parts of it because I was curious. It's not the same. It's not the same. It lacks any passion. It lacks humanity. It's purely just regurgitating similar ideas and styles that George Carlin might have had. It's not that good. It's not that funny, and it lacks impact. So I really don't know what's going to happen because we don't have lawmakers, at least in the US. I don't know about other countries as well, but in the US, we don't have lawmakers that are equipped to protect us against AI and the overuse of AI and set regulations. We have this technology that's just running amok right now. Honestly, I do not like what OpenAI is doing. I think they're totally out of control. They're running without limits. They have no regulations placed on them. They don't know where they're pulling their information from, as you can tell from when they asked the CTO. It's a scary, scary thing. And it's just going to run completely out of control. And we don't have the people in power who are equipped to deal with that, which is also terrifying. And I give huge props to the WGA and SAG for fighting that fight, getting some protections built into their contracts. But in 3 or 4 years when those contracts expire again, AI is that much better, that much more powerful. If it goes unregulated for that long, it's going to be an even harder fight the next time around. So that's my little AI rant. I had to get it out there. Late Night with the Devil created a bunch of conversation online. I wanted to share my 2 cents on the piece. But that's what I think. That's how I'm feeling right now. And just remember, anytime somebody says AI created something, the reality is it's most of the time, if it's a creative item, written, video, music, whatever, it's plagiarism. It's advanced plagiarism. It's plagiarism that can hide behind this machine learning. It's plagiarism that's really smart and can pull from millions of sources in the same way that a college dropout can't and can only pull from 2 sources and then get kicked out of college for plagiarizing. It's smarter than that. It's better than that. It's faster than that. So it doesn't feel like plagiarism, but it is. So just remember, nothing that comes out of those programs, ChatGPT, Sora, Midjourney, none of that is new, none of it's unique, none of it's real. It's just millions and millions and millions of bits of data that are compiled very quickly and then spit out. But all of that data that it takes in only exists because of us, because of creatives, because of writers, because of artists, because of musicians, because of filmmakers. Without all of that data, these AI tools do not exist, and they couldn't do their job, which is why they're not smart. They're not smart tools. They're just really, really good at plagiarizing. So I'd be really curious what you guys think. I think a lot of us will be on the same page when it comes to the creative side of AI. And trust me, there's a use for it. If AI could predict cancer diagnoses within, 99.9% accuracy based on millions of pieces of data, that's an incredible use of the technology, and we still need doctors to carry out that care and help patients. But it's a supplement in that case. I don't even want it to be a supplement in the entertainment world, though. I don't want somebody to write a synopsis for a TV episode and then have AI write the script. I don't like any of it used in a creative sense. It should be used purely for like operational efficiency and for areas where humans may take, a year to compile all this data and AI can take 5 minutes. Use it for those things. Use it to make the world a better place. But stripping creativity out of the world does not make it a better place. It makes it a much worse and a much more boring place to live. So those are my 2 cents. If you like what I had to say, let me know. If you didn't, I'd also like to hear from you because I'm really curious why. I'm curious why, if you have a counter argument, what it is in the creative world. So thank you all for watching. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube for all the latest in entertainment and movies. This is the kind of content I create. Also make sure to follow me on social media. Those links will be in the video description and right here. You can scan the QR code if you're watching on a TV. Pull out your phone camera, scan that. It'll bring you to all my links. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Keep watching great movies. Fingers crossed that AI never takes that away from us. And I'll talk to you all soon.